Tottenham Hotspur have been denied by Eberechi Eze and Morgan Gibbs-White. They have got someone through the door, Gary. So good news for you. He has been unveiled at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Xavi Simons has been there as well as their latest signing. Is he a good option, seeing as they've lost Eze? What does he bring to this Tottenham Hotspur side?
Well, I hope he's a good option. They've paid, I believe, in excess of £50 million for him. You know, he's joined from Leipzig. He's a talented player. There's no question mark about that whatsoever. You know, he's a Dutch international. He's played something like best part of 30 games for them. Scored goals for them. I think he gives Spurs some pace and creativity in wide positions. And I think Spurs needed the additional player available. You know, Maddison, a creative player's out injured. Kulusevski, a creative player's out injured. Son obviously has gone to America to play. So yeah, I think that Xavi Simons could be a really good signing. I certainly hope so.
Well, he's got huge shoes to fill because he's got Son's shirt there, and Son had he had some career at Spurs. So
let's hope he's still there in 10 years' time, eh? Which is what Son did, 10 years.
Yeah, and delivers some great moments. He's certainly a talent.
Yes,
certainly a talent.
Yeah.
But is he someone that Eberechi Eze was that missing link, right? Because of James Maddison's fitness record and his injury. Is Xavi Simons someone that can take Spurs, as we've seen this season so far under Thomas Frank? They've been brilliant. They were for quite a while top of the table. Yes, we are very early on into the season. But how far is the addition of Xavi Simons, the addition of João Palhinha, the addition of Mohamed Kudus push Spurs? Can it push enough for confidently enough in the Champions League for next season?
Well, hopefully a long way. You know, Spurs have a highly demanding season ahead of them because of their good fortune, I think we have to say, to be in the Champions League this coming season. You know, finish 17th in the league and qualify for the Champions League via a second-rate European tournament or a second-grade European tournament. He's certainly very much a squad player. Can he establish himself as the number one, wide on the left-hand side or in a wide position? Or is Thomas Frank saying, well, actually, I am going to rotate my players quite a lot because I'm going to have to rotate my players quite a lot this season because of the number of games? Do
you think the squad is good enough to compete on all fronts? Is it stronger than last season, considering the players that's out due to injuries, losing Son, that's number one?
When you've got injuries to the likes of Maddison and Kulusevski, you know, it's a big hole left in your squad. When you've sold one of your iconic players who's been at the club for 10 years in Son, then suddenly that's a big miss as well. How do you replace that? Well, you do it slowly. And hopefully, with the signings that Spurs have made this close season, you know, they have replaced and they are better. But I guess, Carlton, only time's going to tell, isn't it?
Well, the thing is, what annoys me about that is the money they've gone and paid for him, and he's a really good player. Why didn't they just go and get Eze? Proven in the Premier League. Proven. So pay the clause, get Eze out. Get Eze out of Crystal Palace. Just pay the money, do it early doors and get him. You've got a player who's in his prime, playing for his country, and was going to come to you.
Yeah, I think there was a window where Spurs could have done that deal.
Could have done the deal.
I believe so.
And you've got a player who's already up to speed in the Premier League. You're taking a player now who could turn out to be exceptional or not, but he's certainly going to get time because people don't realise when they've played in other leagues how difficult it is to play in the Premier League. I don't believe that Ruben Amorim, who's the manager of Manchester United, realised how tough the Premier League is. It is demanding, week in and week out.
He's finding out now, isn't he?
He's finding out now. It's not as simple as, you know, in other leagues like, you know, in Spain, Italy, in the Portuguese leagues. With all due respect, you've got a differential between the top teams and the bottom teams. That's as simple as it is. There's no easy game. You could be playing somebody at the bottom of the league in the Premier League on a Tuesday night, and that's a tough game. So week in and week out, it's physical. So I'm looking at Spurs and I'm thinking, right, hang on a minute.
When do you think they'll be taken seriously as title challengers? Because that was what they came out to say prior to the start of the season, isn't it? They want to win the Premier League title in the near future.
Well, that's what Levy came out and said.
That has to be the ambition, of course it does, because otherwise you don't play in the Premier League. So that's the ambition of any big club in the Premier League. It has to be that. And I think it's good that, you know, Daniel Levy has come out and said that. You know, that's the target, that's the aim.
Well, if you look at the Man City Spurs game, if you look at the Man City Spurs game and you just go off that one game and say, right, well, Man City are looking to retain the title, well, Spurs were miles ahead of Man City when they played them the other day. So
Liverpool looked to retain the title,
No, but you know, Man City are looking to
win the Premier League,
win the league. So, you know, listen, we'll have to wait and see. Thomas Frank is a good coach. We'll have to wait and see what he can do.
Let me just take you back 2 seasons, okay? When Ange Postecoglou was in charge in his first season, Spurs were top of the league after 10 games, having won 9 and drawn 1. They were top of the league.
And finished 5th.
And finished 5th.
Which was a good season.
Yeah,
a really
exactly.
good season.
So, actually, it looked as if Spurs were pretty ready then, didn't it? But they didn't achieve it.
And I think they'll have it all on to finish 5th this season in the Premier League.
Of course.